Hello, and welcome to The Remains. As you can see, one of our Season 3 cast members is missing. But let's just go ahead and jump right in to a recap. Previously on The Remains, we met our cast of characters in the Atlanta quarantine zone. Levi Bennett, the pious preacher with a flock to protect, played by Sophie Pantel. Nessa Foster, the motherly badass with words of wisdom, played by Emily Kipp. Kate Hoplin, the vigilante firefly, played by J-Mo. And last but not least, Fable Martin, the surprisingly crackshot introvert, played by Kelsey Scomer. All of them were involved with the Fireflies, and all of them were called to meet with the leader of the Fireflies in the Atlanta QZ, Lucy Morales. Lucy tasked our cast of characters, plus Hector Reyes, Grace Halliday, and Luke Ryerson, with gaining supplies from a former Fedra outpost that was abandoned and lost. Upon leaving the QZ, our party ran into a group calling themselves the Lycans, led by a familiar man with the white hair. However, they handled the situation calmly and walked away with more provisions. The Fedra outpost was less efficiently handled, as it was teeming with infected, and they were triggered upon the party's arrival. Through many close calls and a harrowing fight, the infected were slain. The party was able to access the supplies. Upon finding the supplies, the party came across a case of nitroglycerin that Grace immediately snatched away, revealing it to be the true objective of the mission. Our party took issue with this and began to question Grace. But kind of leaving things up in the air, the party fixed up an old Fedra truck with a barely working battery and made their way back to the QZ, where they were let in by an inside man that they had within Fedra. Having completed their mission, Lucy explained her plans to them. The plan was simple: do their best to remove any civilians from the makeshift City Hall building in the quarantine square, and then bomb the building, killing all of the prominent members of Fedra and leaving the Fireflies to take control. Our characters fought back on this plan at first, but Lucy started passionately and with clear mind making very good arguments for this plan to continue. She agreed, however, to allow those she trusted, including our characters, to come back the next morning and propose a better idea. But if they couldn't, bombing would commence. Before they left, Fable and Kate were put face to face with ghosts from both of their pasts. Two of the Dallas Fedra members that Kate and Fable had traveled with and left behind to die had survived and were rescued at the nearby Dust Devil outpost. Dana Greer was exhausted and tried to calm down Winston Shore, who was furious with Kate. Fable had another ghost of her past in this trio of those rescued from the in the form of Peter, a young man from a group she used to travel with. Reeling from all of these events, our cast found themselves in separate places. Levi had returned to his chapel and had a nice conversation with Tex. Nessa returned to her husband and unloaded the emotional baggage, which he gladly accepted. Fable agreed to stay up with Luke, coming up with a different plan, and Kate went out on her own mission of revenge. She found Private O'Donovan, the Fedra soldier, and punished him, for lack of a better term, for the murder of Rachel, a late member of the Fireflies. After her mission was complete, she went home and prepared for a potential exit from the Atlanta QZ, falling asleep while prepping to leave. But she woke to a dangerous sight. Winston Shore was standing over her with a knife to her throat. That is where we left off. Welcome back to Atlanta, and welcome back to The Remains. Part 3. Tick tock. Rain pours. Sorry. We begin at a different time. Rain pours down on the Atlanta QZ. The hypnotic thrumming of raindrops colliding with a window can be heard. The room is dark, and a single light hangs from the ceiling, draping an ominous aura on its occupants. Lucy Morales sits across from a figure, obscured by light. She lights a cigarette and takes a long drag off of it. Dallas is gone. We haven't heard anything in months. The last we did hear was a shit show. Your knowledge has proven to us you are a Firefly and who you say to be, Kate. But I do have one final question. Only you and Fable, a non-Firefly, arrived here. Why?
Sorry, I wasn't sure if this was a
Jump
story.
in.
I should respond.
Jump in, yeah.
Well, I was gone a long time, and slowly, the group of 10 of us just were taken by infected elements, bandits, what have you. Before arriving here, we were down to 4 when we found, well, 5 including me, when we found Fable. There was an incident in a building. The floor collapsed. 2 were injured. The other 2 were trying to help them, and there were clickers, and Fable and I were the only ones to get away.
And tell me again where you found Fable?
JMO doesn't remember.
It might not even have been established, so I was just kind of letting you roll with it here.
Yeah, okay, great. I could remember if Kelsey had told me. Just
along the way.
yeah.
But also you can answer truthfully or however
north?
Kate would say, you know.
Yeah, I think it was a week or so, maybe 2 before we got here. She was traveling south, I think. I didn't ask too many questions, but she seemed in trouble, and
Leans back in her chair. But things are not better. Things are not much better here than they were in Dallas. You're walking into a bit of a shit show.
kind of felt like I was walking out of the shit show too, so.
Kate, I am an honest woman. And I am true to my word. If you are willing to work with me, I would be glad to have you. But just know, we are fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah, I'm with you, with the Fireflies. I'll do what I can.
Right, well. I have someone who will show you the way to your place. We have somewhere you can stay.
Sure. And I don't know if you've talked to Fable yet, but she's a good kid and smart. Smart as hell. So she'd be useful, but just maybe give her a break from being outside the QZ walls for a while.
I have someone talking to Fable who I trust. She will be firm but gentle.
Cool.
Alright, well, welcome to Atlanticate. She stands up and walks out of the room, opens the door, and you're immediately greeted by Grace, who takes you and brings you back to your apartment. But right now, we cut away to a present time. Winston Shore stands stoic over a prone Kate. He carefully presses the point of his sharp blade under your chin, releasing just a small trickle of blood. As slowly as you can, put your hands on your head. Winston looks at you. What do you do, Kate?
As I slowly put my hands on my head, and I look him straight in the eye and says, if it'll really make you feel better, kill me.
No, Kate. You don't get to rush this. Lean up. You just know?
Mm-hmm.
He holds the knife to you. Go ahead and roll a vibe check for me.
Heck! Alright, let's see if this is a D20. used all its magic. So not too bad. As I got good vibes. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. Winston. He looks hurt. He looks desperate. He looks angry. He also looks a bit ashamed. A bit afraid. But is currently holding the knife steady towards you.
Okay. For now, I'll do what he says. If he has me move anywhere or whatever.
Yeah.
But be very aware of any falter of the knife of
Okay.
just a chance to kind of disarm him.
Okay. How did you do it, Kate?
I truly thought it was the only way that Fable and I were gonna get out of there. I asked you to leave those who were injured. There's no way we could have outrun those clickers, could have fought off those clickers. And
I suppose it was a little bit harder for me to just turn my back on fellow humans. People I had been traveling with. That was hard for me to do.
That's fair. I was thinking of best way to make the most survive.
But you didn't just make sure that you survived, Kate. You made sure we didn't. That's what you thought. Off the bed on your knees.
I do so.
He breathes deeply, shaking. Reaches out towards you. Damn it. I've dreamed of this moment for 2 years. He lunges forward and stabs you in the abdomen. You take 4 points of damage.
Okay. I will.
But he has stabbed you in the abdomen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What were your hit points at? And what are they now?
They were at 13, so now they're at 9.
9. Yeah.
If I can.
Yeah. See, that's what I was just about to say. Is he has stabbed you in the abdomen? That is his fault. FAULT. And he has now given you a moment to react.
So I'll with one hand, I'll kind of basically hold the knife in me so he can't pull it out and then re-attack with it. And depending, I have kind of two plans.
Okay.
One, I assume Kate sleeps with a knife, something under her pillow.
For sure, yeah.
And so if I got off the bed close enough to grab that, I would. If not, I would just go for a solid throat jab. Straight to the
I'm gonna say
Adam's apple.
When he had you get off and get down on your knees, that was further away from the bed.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say this
then
is a throat jab.
I just go for as he's leaning down to stab me, straight up to the Adam's apple.
All right, go ahead and roll a. You can use either muscle or agility check plus your proficiency bonus.
Muscle or agility plus proficiency. Okay. Let's do agility. Press 21.
21. That'll hit. Roll a d4 plus your agility.
D4. 5.
5. All right. He goes back. He lets go of the knife that's beside you and stumbles back. He looks over at you angrily. The punch in the throat has given you a chance to do something else.
Knowing enough not to take things out of being stabbed and to leave things in as much as you can, I'll like kind of shuffle back and try enough to grab the knife from my bed and stand.
Okay. He looks back towards you. You have the knife.
I don't want to kill you, Winston, but if you come at me again, I will.
He charges you. He sprints right at you. So you can roll an attack at advantage.
Winston! Alright, with my hunting knife, that's a dirty 20.
That'll hit. Roll it, your damage with your hunting knife.
God damn, 7.
You stab into him. And it
I
just
basically
goes,
let him run into me. I'm like, I'm not trying to fight you, but
it just
if you're
goes
coming
right
at me...
into his chest, and he tackles you to the ground, landing on top of you. The knife goes in a little bit more, causing you to wince in pain. It doesn't cause any more damage, but this definitely did not feel good. He is on top of you, still angrily looking at you. Half-heartedly grabs at your face, but he's too weak. You're able to fight it off. And he just kind of coughs. You're speckled with red. And he looks at you with an anger deep in his eyes that pierces you. And you watch that anger fade into nothingness as his eyes glaze over and he dies.
Fuck. I'll, like, as gently and respectfully as I can, like, throw him off of me. And,
you hear a banging on the door. Kate! Kate! You hear the voice of Grace on the other side.
Fuck. She says fuck. I'll, like, try to use one hand to kind of support the knife that's in my belly to not jostle around. And still holding the knife that I have, I'll, like, do a quick check to make sure... This is so morbid, but this is her brain. To make sure the blood that's spilling out of Winston isn't getting onto any, like, furniture or hard to clean area.
Okay.
And so take a moment to, like, just look.
As you're doing that, you hear another, Kate! Kate, are you in there? Winston escaped. Kate!
And I'll just, like, still don't yell anything after I check. I'll just, like, slowly make my way to the door. And if it has a peephole, I'll, like, look and just make sure that it's Kate or Grace.
You see Grace backed up to the wall across the hallway as much as she can be, ready to run into the door.
If I see that, I say, don't!
Kate,
I'll, like, unlock
is that you?
The 12 locks that I had. Well, I guess they'd probably be unlocked unless he came in through a window, but I'll open the door.
Yeah. Yeah, he did come in through the fire escape. She comes in. Kate, Winston escaped. Oh my god, what happened to you?
Yeah, he sure did.
He attacked you?
Yeah.
You see her, like, kind of, like, wince for a second. You see blood just trickling down her head.
God, are you okay?
Yeah, he jumped me, and I just gotta make sure that... And she moves to the side, rushes past you. You just hear from your bedroom, "Oh, fuck." She comes out. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, hey, sit down. Or actually, it's probably not. Actually, you should stay standing. And
okay.
she goes through your stuff, and I'm just gonna say that Kate has enough supplies that she gets the dagger out, the knife out, closes up the wound, and you heal however many hit points you just took. So I think 4. So you
Okay.
heal those 4 hit points. And she just kind of finishes dressing it up. Oh my gosh. All right, your turn. And she, like, puts herself up on her counter.
Mhm. And I'll get, and like if it's like deep enough, get like a little needle and thread too, and dress it as best I can.
He came out of nowhere. Tex asked me to watch him while he went to go talk to Levi, and he came out of nowhere.
Yeah, he was pretty sneaky in the time I knew him.
Oh no, not.
Which-
Oh no. He let Winston go, but Peter. He's the one. Oh, he's just.
Peter's the one that attacked you?
Yeah, he was fast. Came out of nowhere. He asked for help. He just seemed like he needed some water. I walked up and he just hit me over the head. Him and Winston made a run for it. Dana stayed behind. Tex is out looking for Peter right now.
Do you have a walkie or something to talk to him? If not, we need to go find Fable right now.
But why?
They knew each other or something, right?
I don't know.
Wasn't Grace there?
No. Well, was Grace there, or was she?
I thought she was in the room when there was at least the like.
Oh, when he was like
recognition.
Fable. Yeah, she's gonna. Okay, so it's not something that's like readily known, but as soon as you as soon as you say that, she's like, "All right, you recognize her in the room."
Yeah.
No, I ran out of the room. I didn't think to grab a walkie. I needed to make sure you're okay. We gotta go.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
wait.
Yeah, there's dead body in my apartment now, so
Kate.
you know what? It's fine, and I'll grab like kitchen towels and like stuff it around his abdomen to like start holding the blood. What do you want me to do, Grace?
I mean, no one's gonna come looking for him, so I guess it's gonna be fine.
And I'll like lock up behind me and just take off to Fable's apartment.
Of course.
As quick as I can, holding my belly.
But we cut from there to a number of years ago. 12, 13, maybe even 4. As we see a slightly younger Nessa Foster and her husband Leo sitting at the table with a teenage Lucy Morales and her father, Edgar Morales, the original leader of the Fireflies. You're sitting in the Foster's home, just starting to wrap up a very nice dinner. A lot of laughs have been had. Edgar was able to procure a bottle of wine, and you have started to get to know him through the rations, and you have your suspicions of what he's involved with. And he kind of laughs after a joke that Leo says. Oh, my friends, listen. I would like to get maybe to the point of my business of being here.
You mean you're not here for this lovely dinner that I made?
Oh, are you kidding me? Of course, it's the best dinner I've ever had. But despite your wonderful cooking, there is one more thing that I wanted to discuss. I'm sure you've heard of the rumors of myself. Is that true? Leo kind of reaches out, grabs your hand. Yeah, we've heard of the rumors. Starting some resistance group, some post-apocalypse Che Guevara. He kind of Edgar laughs to himself. Nothing so dramatic, my friend, I assure you. I am in contact with a friend of mine. She is the leader of a movement. One that is inspiring. A movement inspired and motivated by one thing, leading those in the darkness to light itself. But we are lost, my friends. All of us. This quarantine zone, it's We know, and he gestures to Nessa and Leo. We know of the world before this. This is hell, where we live. And I do not want my daughter growing up in a place like this. And she kind of looks up and just eats at her food. Having access to sustenance, to the people that have an ear to the ground, and one of the most important resources in this city, that would be quite an advantage. You seem like people who want, for the good in this world, the light of this world, to be the things that are heralded.
I kind of look over at Leo.
Leo looks at you with an obvious look of concern on his face, but you also see a look of... I mean, you guys have talked about this, you know, you had a feeling that this might be what this conversation is about, and he kind of looks to you and he says, Edgar, my wife is my North Star. Whatever she decides, I back her 100%.
Now, I'm obviously not going to disagree that we need change here. But how? What are you going to do? What do you mean?
Well, let me tell you. And he starts going into a long conversation that ends hours later with Edgar and Lucy saying their goodbyes and exiting the home. And as the door shuts, we see the paint quickly start to chip and fall as time passes. And we push beyond that door, and you see you and Leo in the early morning. You're about to make your way to to Lucy and the Fireflies to discuss everything. And Leo's looking at you, and he's got a little bit of a bedhead. And his glasses are on, and he pushes his hair back. All I know, honey, is that you just need to follow your... follow your gut.
Alright.
I mean, it... I just don't think that they're gonna go through with it.
My intention going into this is to back any other idea that makes sense. I'm sure other people will have thought of this, even if we couldn't come up with something. This isn't the answer.
True, that night when we had dinner with Edgar and he told us everything all about this.
I sure do.
Edgar was a charming guy. He was very charming.
Too charming, baby.
He had a lot of really good points. And he made them sound inspiring and prescient. But he also knew how to speak to people. Knew how to get a rise out of them. His daughter is just as talented as he was.
She proved it 10 times over yesterday.
So go in there and know that you need to listen to your heart, not her words.
What if you just came with me?
What if I did? Someone's got to be here.
Oh, right.
But I don't know. Nessa, if they decide to go through with this, we might have to leave. You know that, right?
Who knows what will happen if they decide to go through with this? But hey, we're gonna be okay, right?
Right. So we got each other.
You and me?
You and me. Alright, I'll get going.
I give him a kiss on the forehead.
He laughs and smacks your butt as you leave.
Great.
And as that happens, we cut back in time yet again. To another dark, ominous room, except this one is lit by the daylight. Lex, you've been talked at by multiple people for hours all night.
Me?
Sorry, I said Lex. Fable. You've been talked at by people in this room for hours. This is within the first 24 hours of arriving here to the quarantine zone. It's been a couple hours since anybody's walked in, and the door opens, and you see an unfamiliar face. You see a woman with long blonde hair put up into a ponytail. She comes in. She sits at the table across from you. She looks at you. I'm Lex.
How many of you are there?
A lot. And honestly, the line's getting pretty long, so...
I cannot be that interesting.
Listen, they just... I get it, you know? Coming here and going through what you've been through. You're from Chicago, right?
Technically.
Traveled a long way?
Yeah.
So that means that you know what it's like out there. And that means that you know that it's best to keep your heart to your chest, so to speak. But you just need to give them a little bit more. They feel like you're holding back. You know, you've been kind of vague about the group that you were with before you met Kate, and there's groups that are around here that are similar, and they just want to make sure that that's not you. So give me something to come back at them with. Give me anything.
You said it's been an hour? Like it's been a whole night?
It's been like... Yeah. So,
like I'm thinking about how, like, tired and, like...
Exactly. No, oh yeah, so it's been, you know, when you first got there, you were allowed to, like, sleep for a while.
Okay.
And then, like, you were brought food and kind of, like, talked to a little bit, and then Lucy came in and talked to you. And for whatever reason, Fable was just hesitant to give out information.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I don't know if Fable would be super eager to say a bunch of details.
She'd say nothing.
Yeah.
She'd give nothing. That's so right.
Yeah, and so they only have gotten out of you the bare minimum of, like, you know, it took Tex.
Yep.
Or not Tex, it took Grace coming in here and being like,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't survive alone. Just admit that you were in a group, like, you know what I mean? Like, it took that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, now it's like, after having slept and woken up, it's like hour 8 of that.
Alright, great.
And Lex
Yeah.
is like the third, fourth person you've talked to.
Yep.
So she's just looking at you saying, give me anything. This isn't
So what do I get out of this?
a place to stay with a roof over your head that
Yeah, that's what they said. That's what they said. But like, what really?
Okay. She leans up, kind of like adjusts herself in her chair. Get a purpose. You stay here. If you give them what they need, you get a reason to be alive. Because if you've seen the things that you've seen, just as I have, then you wake up every single morning wondering why you don't just close your eyes right away. Wondering why every single time you've been so hungry that you cramp and ache, you've not just stopped. And that's why you need a purpose. And fuck, maybe it's not to help the fireflies, but I promise you're not gonna find your purpose under Fedra's foot. And at least here you have people who are passionate about something. People who don't use power to put down, but they use power to rise up. And it's cheesy. And it's corny. But what the fuck else do we have? Sure, you can keep your mouth shut. We'll let you go. We'll even give you some provisions. And you can wander this godforsaken desert and survive. Maybe, just maybe, with us, you can do a little bit more than just survive. That's what you get.
She'll sit there for a moment and she will reach into her hoodie pocket and she will pass across, like put it on the table and like slide it across a tiny leather bound journal.
What's this?
You said you wanted something more.
She reaches for it and almost grabs it, and yet is still like looking at you for permission. When you don't actively stop her, she grabs it and takes it. She looks at it. She starts to open it up. Flip through. She looks at you. Shuts it. Sorry it's so long.
Me too.
She pushes it across the table. She stands up. Stay here, Fable. It's worth it. And she goes to the door. She kind of knocks, opens it up. Lucy opens it, looks at her, and Lex, loud enough for you to hear. She's fine. And she walks out the door. And now we cut forward from that to the future. It's late at night. The very beginning of the sunrise is peeking over the horizon. You, Fable, are sitting across from Luke Ryerson. He has his hands behind his head and he's looking up. All right, just run me through it one more time. What Where do we begin? How do we explain it to them in a way that lets them know that it's not weak? That's my main question.
Well, if they think that their own stories are weak, then that's their problem, not mine. So, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I know. So we're going purely by word of mouth here?
Just for the first part. They need the thing that I'm scared about is they're not going to be willing to wait. But it's going to help, right? Like, it has to. Their stories about the people who were hurt, and I mean, Rachel, like, come on, this is like, nobody knows but us.
But what if no one does anything?
That's the whole thing with the next part. Like, the whole thing with the bombs. And you said, right, we could fake it. We could just pretend. We've got them as a backup. We just pretend first. But they're going to think that we're terrorists or some shit if we don't get them on our side first. So that's where the story part comes in. And we tell them that we're not crazy. And like, they've all lost people, but maybe they don't know that other people have.
No, I understand. I just... What if they're not... What if it's not enough? What if they're not convinced? The one thing that we need to solve is the one thing that we can't control, and that's everyone else.
Tell me about it. I don't know. I don't know.
I know you don't. I'm sorry. I'm passionate about the answer. I'm not trying to... I apologize.
No. I just don't like not knowing things.
Is that why you're always reading?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I don't know. What do we do? What?
I mean, you're right. It's just...
I mean, they're gonna kill us. Right?
I don't know if she really meant that. Do you think she really meant that?
I'm gonna assume she meant it, so I'm prepared for the worst case scenario. If she doesn't, it's a pleasant surprise.
I'm not gonna let her hurt us.
Like everyone? Us?
Right now, to be honest, I'm just focused on the two of us. But yeah, hopefully. But I don't know. Maybe
Do you
we
want to
should...
stay? Like, do you like it here? Do you feel like you have a purpose with all this?
Purpose. Good question.
Like all these people who had a life before this, like they had a life, you know? Like what do we have?
Maybe our purpose is to find out. Listen.
That's some book shit right there.
There's a knock on your door.
What?
Was that Kate?
Kate has not visited my apartment one time.
Oh, maybe it's Lex?
Yeah, I guess. She'll stand up and go to the door.
Yeah.
Like an idiot!
Yep, you open the door, and Peter is standing right there. Hey, Fable.
I thought you were in, like, she like glances back over his shoulder, like looks back. I thought you were in like prison or whatever.
Oh, they let us out. I mean, we don't mean any harm to anybody, you know. So, hey, man. He looks over your shoulder. Luke's appearing there. Hey, man. What are you doing here? Oh, Fable hasn't told you. We know each other. From...
Yeah, no, I told him.
Oh. Oh, yeah, well, I'm Peter. Nice to meet you. Can I come in?
I guess.
Thanks. And he pushes the door, walks past you. Oh, so this is home sweet home, huh? Interesting.
What is it? Rude?
Oh no, hey, I mean, it's better than living in your van, you know.
Yeah. I guess.
I'm surprised to find you in a quarantine zone. I just, you know, you wandered off. Kind of thought you'd just keep wandering.
Thought the same for you, so I'm also surprised to see you here in a quarantine zone.
Yeah. Yeah, I found a new group. And started hanging out with them, working with them, and it was good. It worked for a long time.
Great, good.
Yeah, and then a couple assholes from Atlanta came in and really fucked our shit up, so to speak.
That sucks. Yeah, happens though.
Yeah, it does. So, you know, I was thinking fast and pretended to be a captive with my own group.
Oh!
And Luke kind of like starts to back away. Peter pulls out a gun. No.
Holy shit!
No. Let's all,
Okay.
hey.
Oh, hey.
Let's all calm down.
What the fuck, man? Put the gun away. This is like my house, okay?
Okay.
Put the gun down, Peter.
Yeah,
Jesus.
unfortunately, I can't do that, Fable.
What?
I'm sorry. I just can't.
What do
So
you-
we're just gonna listen to me finish my story. Okay? I think we can all stay calm and listen to a story. Right? Not a big deal. Luke, like, looks at you with his eyes wide. Yeah, well, just listen to your story, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to... We can listen to your story. It's no big deal. Everything's okay. We'll just listen to a story, Fable.
Yeah, I love stories.
Yeah. And he kind of walks over. You have like an old ruddy couch that you both kind of sit down at. So there I was. I was really thinking I was gonna be dead. That bitch Lucy is intimidating. I mean, wow. She is, yeah. And then, all of a sudden, door opens and a whole posse walks in. And who do I see but none other than Fable fucking Martin. Working with the exact group that just killed all my friends. Fable, not nice to your old friend Pete. Not cool. You know that, right?
I think that you have the very wrong idea.
What do you mean? You're not gonna...
Peter.
You're not gonna tell Luke the truth? You see, Luke, Fable and I were in love.
Yeah, I told him that too.
Head over heels. What?
Yeah. Do you know how long I've been trying to get out of here?
Really?
Of course.
You're lying.
So, I mean, you know that I read like a lot of books, right? Like,
Yeah, I remember you reading a lot, yeah.
yeah. Do you know how many of those had like the guy and the girl and they fall in love and like that's forever?
Then why did you leave?
You left.
Fable,
You left. And
I
I thought you left me, and then I got lost, and then you guys were gone, and then I was trying to find you this whole time, and I assumed you went south, so here I am. Luke, you know.
Yeah, man, she just...
He's the only one who has any sense that these idiots are stupid.
Yeah, I mean, she told me all about you and your group and how awesome you guys were, and honestly, maybe a little jealous, man. I'm not gonna lie. And Pierre kind of looks over. I didn't leave you, Fable. At least I didn't mean to. I got hung up, but I came back and you were gone, and...
But you found me.
Wow.
And you're here to save me, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and you can see him, like, you're, like, playing right into this delusion that he has, and he's
She'll, like, stand up and, like, go to just, like, like, she'll have her hands up because he's still holding the gun, but she'll be like...
Oh. Fable, and he comes over and he just hugs you with the gun.
She'll, like, hug him. And, like, she'll kick her foot up behind.
Uh-huh. Did you do anything else? Did you just hold on to the hug?
I don't have it.
Okay, well, if you
shiv I made you.
If you just hold that,
Shiv I made me. Yeah, wait,
then...
no, I do have. So, I mean, what would I have to,
Poetic.
can I use an agility instead of a muscle to try and
to shiv?
shiv him?
I think the shiv is just a small knife in your weapons list,
Yeah.
so I think that's agility. Knife. Yeah, so go ahead.
Oh, no.
So agility plus proficiency. I'll say an advantage too, for sure.
Okay.
Because you're right on top.
Okay, the first one's pretty good, so... It's a 19.
You're holding up, roll for damage.
Mm-hmm. It's a 7.
You feel the knife, the shiv, go into him.
Like underneath the...
Yeah, and he... he kind of pulls back from you.
Can I, like, bat the gun away?
Yeah, you... you...
Surprise?
You could, but as you go to do that, he's like looking at you. And you go to bat the gun away, and Luke grabs the gun, points it to Peter's head, and pulls the trigger. So the gun goes off. Peter falls down to the ground dead. And Luke is just holding the gun and looking down. All of a sudden, the door bursts open, and you see...
Of course.
You see Kate and Grace run right into the room. Luke looks up at you, Kate.
Luke, look at me.
was attacked.
Just, it's okay. And I'll like slowly go up and just like gently take the gun from him and like put a hand on his face. Be like, it's okay. It's okay.
Grace comes up to you, Fable. Fable, honey, are you alright? Are you okay? No? Okay, here, sit down. Puts you down on the couch.
I'll put the gun in like the waistband of my pants and go to like check for a pulse. And I know
Yeah.
that's shot in the head, but like just to be sure.
Yeah. As you look into his brains, you notice that there is no pulse.
Yep.
Incredible.
No pulse.
And Luke, I didn't mean to. I just he could have shot her. Sorry. I'm sorry. Luke, like, runs into a wall and then just kind of like falls into a crouch.
I'll go over to Fable and basically ask a similar question, but are you okay? Are you
He
okay?
was gonna he was
Yeah.
gonna kill him. He was gonna kill him. He was gonna kill he was gonna
probably
kill him.
was. He attacked Grace.
What
so
the fuck? What? He was with the whatever the fuck group.
the Dust Devil, is that
I
Dust
don't
Devils?
fucking know. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
He was-
Yeah. It's okay. You're okay. Luke's okay. Well, as okay as you can be.
Ah!
Grace kind of like comes back from checking out the whole apartment.
Mm.
We're clear. We're clear.
All right. Grace, can they come stay with you for the night? I would offer. I kind of look at Fable. I would offer my place, but it's not company ready.
Yeah. Not to. I mean,
I'm not leaving. If you said it's fine, it's fine.
Grace kind of looks over at you, shrugs her shoulders.
Did you say it's like wee hours of the morning, or still like very much night?
Wee hours. Wee.
Wee all the way home.
Like the sky is turning the lightest shade of blue. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like that kind of. Luke looks in the middle of the room. What are we gonna do with him?
I can take care of it. You guys don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
I
we
just
have a
gotta-
way of dealing with these things. Grace says. I'll if it's okay, I'll stay here with Fable. If that's okay.
Luke says that?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be okay. We'll be
Please,
okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll meet you at we'll meet you at HQ.
This answers my question for for Lucy tomorrow.
Okay. Why? What do you mean?
She asked me if I thought he was like cool.
Oh. Yeah, very unfucking cool.
Yeah, kind of seems like it. I mean, if you guys are sure you're okay, and I'm really just asking this to Fable. I'm not looking at
Yeah. And Fable, I will say, you do notice that Kate has a fresh bandage over her abdomen in a spot that you don't remember her being attacked in earlier today.
She'll just look at it and look up at Kate and be like, not company ready?
Yeah, not really. But yeah, we'll go. If you guys are good, we'll get some.
How did you know to
supplies.
come here?
It was Grace, actually. She, like I said, Peter attacked her to get out.
Yeah, he attacked me, and if I would have known Fable, I would have came over here, but Winston also got out, and I just wasn't thinking, and I ran to Kate's, and he had attacked her. What are
She
you?
shakes her head and then she's gonna go up and she's gonna hug Kate.
You just hear Luke kind of like, he's the sound of him standing. What, Kate, are you okay? As you're like
Kate,
hugging
like-
Fable.
Like,
She's avoiding
is like
the side,
shocked. Well, she's like shocked, so she's like, like last thing she expected. So she's like that. And then she just kind of like melts a little bit and just like squeezes you really, really tight.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, and like is still holding her.
Yeah.
Is not letting go.
And she'll
I'm
like
fine.
kind of then like break away and a little embarrassed. She just comes back down. Yeah, no, it was fine. It was cool. Everything's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
But yeah, we also have that to deal with back at my apartment. So I think we might want to. I kind of look to Grace. Let's take care of this one first.
Yeah.
And I got to keep an eye out for her. May have heard that gunshot, but and then we'll head back to mine. That was pretty quiet, so shouldn't be any.
Yeah, I'll have Tex come over and just
Nosy.
kind of keep a lookout over here. But yeah, we should get a little hitch in our giddy up because we're gonna want to make sure we have time for Lucy to listen.
Yes, I was trying really hard not to laugh at you.
I did. I could not. So they should not get it.
Yeah.
Yes! What a bro.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll take care of this then, and
She kind of walks over to the body and she looks at you, Kate, and she puts out her hands for rock, paper, scissors.
I'll kind of roll my eyes, put out my hand as well.
On shoot.
On shoot. All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Stop it, Grace.
You stop it! You
Stop it!
All
All right,
right.
you get the arms. And she goes
All right.
down and she grabs
And
the
I'll say
legs.
like, wait, and I'll give the body a quick search, just to make sure
He
he hasn't got anything on him.
Nope, he only had a gun that he obviously stole. Everything else would have been taken off of him
Bitch.
when he came into
Okay.
supplies.
Okay. Then yeah.
Um, Yeah, you
grab
go
his
out
arms.
to go out to the front door, kind of open it slightly, look outside, make sure it's clear, and then the two of you exit. While we leave behind Luke and Fable. Luke looks over at you. Hey,
I'm so sorry.
no, are you kidding me? I'm sorry. I didn't.
That was like the stupidest thing I've ever done.
What? You just saved our lives, Fable.
I let him in here in the first place.
Okay, that's something any normal person would have done. You just... Listen, you were on that mission, and we were in those sewers, and you saved Kate's life. And then we went into that parking garage, and you saved Levi and Kate's life again. And then we were in here, and you stood up, and you hugged a fucking delusional serial killer. Fable, you're amazing. And I don't know why you don't see that.
She's gonna start crying.
Okay.
She's just gonna start crying.
Yeah.
She does not cry.
He like walks over slowly and then like just unless Fable stops him, like
He'll
gives her a big hug.
immediately,
Yeah. And we will cut away from there. And we cut to Firefly HQ. A few hours later. Yes, Kate.
Just one thing that I tell Grace I want to go check on,
Uh-huh.
just because now there's too many bodies and I'm paranoid. I want to do a quick drive-by of where I left O'Donnell's body.
Covered
And see
in
if it's
Fedra
been-
trucks, and it is an active crime scene.
It turns out moving in that area.
Get out of here, y'all.
Yikes.
And just as a reminder, he openly shouted, "I'm going to take my 15" when standing right next to you.
Yep,
Um,
sure done
Oh no! Okay, well.
All right. So hey, it's just been 2 weeks. Like you wanted a reminder.
Yeah, no,
So
I remember that.
Maybe we do need Bottle City. You know, I take everything back.
so
Shit.
you find yourselves in Firefly. Lucy has brought you all in after a morning of quiet reflection / traumatic slayings. Depending on where you found yourself.
Nessa's coming like, what happened to you guys?
This is like, I'm ready to chat.
Oh wait, you guys don't hear any music, do you?
Yeah,
I hear some music.
Oh, you do? Okay, cool.
Just some like.
Yeah, amazing. You all walk in, and she has kind of set up a big circle of chairs. And she sits in one. Tex is here. Grace is here. Lex is here. James is hurt, but here. Mina is here. And then Nessa, Kate, and Fable are here. Levi is not here. And neither is Hector. Lucy kind of looks around. Does anyone know if Levi is planning on attending? You kind of see her almost get a little bit nervous, as Levi is one of the only people who actively voiced support
That's
in the
funny.
last meeting.
Oh my god.
Has anyone heard from Preacher?
Fable's eyes are like red and like puffy, you know, like puffy.
Yeah.
Is Luke here too? I'm assuming he's still here.
Oh yes, sorry, Luke.
Yeah, she's sitting there. She's sitting next to him. Like her chair is closer than it was placed.
Yeah, for sure.
And her eyes are like red. She just shakes her head.
It's somewhat concerning. Like he would be here if he had power over such a thing. Tex kind of stands up. Yeah, well, you all know my vote. I'm with Lucy. Whatever she decides, that's not going to change. If the voting happens while I'm gone, I'm going to go find Levi. And he steps out of the room. But in the meantime, I suppose we should get started. However, I did hear some troubling news of events that happened throughout the night that I feel everyone in this room should be made aware of. Yesterday we brought in 3 rescues from the Dust Devil camp, and 2 of them escaped, harming Grace. One, Winston Shore, showed up at the apartment of Kate and attempted to attack her, stabbing her in the process. However, she did kill Mr. Shore. And then the other, Peter, made his way to the apartments of Fable Martin, where he threatened and almost attacked both her and Luke Ryerson. However, the 2 of them were able to dispatch of him. I want to offer, first and foremost, my formal apologies to both of you. Through the vetting process, Winston and Peter seemed to be as calm and careful as their companion Dana, who is still in the other room under a much heavier watch. And although I do not appreciate Tex leaving his post, he did so with Grace's consent, leaving them only having 1 guard, and as you see, they took advantage of the situation. However, any break in the chain is a fault of the one who holds it. So, I do apologize, and I am glad that all 3 of you are okay.
Did Dana just not leave when there was no one watching her?
As a matter of fact, the reason why Grace was able to be resuscitated so quickly was because of Dana. And Grace got up and ran, and Dana stayed behind and informed a passing guard of what had happened, who then went and got me, and she stayed in the room the entire time.
Maybe we acknowledge that and not double guard her. Don't say no guard, but she definitely had a chance to go and she didn't, and she helped us.
I agree. She has not been harmed in any way and has had everything she has asked for. I am simply being careful.
Fair enough.
Although I have noted what you have said and I have heard it. I think before the end of this day is out, there will be no one watching her. She will have her choice to do what she pleases. However, before that can even be thought about, yet let alone decided upon, we have a discussion to make. I am hoping that those who were so strongly adamant against my plan are coming here with new plans, new proposals, and I'm very much hoping that it is something I have not thought of already. So who would like to begin? Luke kind of squeezes your hand, Fable. Fable and I were up talking about all of this when Peter came, and we both thought that maybe the best thing that we could do would be to use what we're good at. Propaganda. Word of mouth, symbology. Stories. We are the only ones who know what happened to Rachel. We're the only ones who know that Kate was attacked, that Fable was stalked, that all of these terrible things have happened to us. I mean, of course, I know that wasn't by Fedra. I just mean, Fedra does so much shit. And everyone coils up into their shell around it, and I think maybe if we just spread the word about everything that's going on, then people will be on our side, and then we can use the threat of the bombs. We don't actually have to even use them, maybe. We can just use the threat of them, make it believable enough, show some people who really matter and whose word matters what we have and what we're capable of. And then maybe that plus the will of the people means that no blood has to be shed. And he kind of exhales as if he just finished a presentation.
She'll squeeze his hand back.
Lucy kind of nods. I promise I do not mean this in a condescending way when I say I admire your youthful hope. But I must ask you, what do you think we have been doing for these 20 years? You think we have been keeping silent of the things that Fedra does to us? You think we keep it a secret? The horrors that we find them capable of doing? No. We tell anyone and everyone willing to hear. People in this room are the only ones who would listen. If the people knew and if the people cared, our numbers would be tenfold what they are. But that's the thing. So much died over 20 years ago. 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 20 years ago But the thing that was most important that died was hope. No one has it anymore. We've tried. We've tried giving it to them. We've tried telling them of it, but it doesn't work. The only thing that works is action. Acts of defiance. So, let's say we do what you say. We spread the word, we tell people of the atrocities that we know. We point our fingers. And then Fedra comes and finds us and they break those fingers. And anyone else who is spreading the word, they pull out their tongues. This is not the way. We've tried this way. Please, let me hear the thoughts of the others. Leans
Lucy,
back.
honey, with all due respect, I've known you since you were a little girl, and
She like nods respectfully at that.
I heard the words that your father said when he started this, and he would be disappointed to hear that you say that none of us have hope anymore, that people don't have hope. I think an important thing in what Fable just said is that the threat of these bombs is maybe as powerful as using them, and how many people do we know? How many people do we know closely who are not willing to be a part of this because they feel like we are going to lose? They might not think that if they knew what we're capable of now. And I'll give you credit for that, Lucy. That was you, but we don't have to use them. Not
We
yet.
show the people we have the power that Fedra has, but we pick mercy over that power. And maybe it's a combo of we take out some key leaders at the same time, but bombing, using those bombs, it's not a way to bring the people to us. That's my recommendation, is a combo. Take out the mayor, take out some captains, take out some leaders, threaten with the bombs so there's no leaders that the Fedra has to even make decisions.
And how do you suggest that we take them out, Kate?
Stealth. I mean, I'm sure we can figure out a place that they go.
They never leave the city hall, not the ones that matter. They live there, they work there.
And one of us works there, gets a transfer. Hell, I'll do that if it
You
means we're
think
not
that we
bombing
haven't
that place.
tried this before? You've only been here 2 years, Kate. We've
Yeah.
tried this. We've tried having a man on the inside. They were discovered, killed. Let's say that we do what you want, Nessa, and we follow that, and we do the combo. Let's say we double our numbers. Let's say we even triple our numbers. We're still outnumbered. Outsupplied, outgunned. If we don't use force, how can we take over?
If we bomb them, they will hate us.
Then what, Lucy?
Then we rebuild.
With what?
No. We bomb one group of people, and you think this entire organization is going to crumble? You think we're going to bomb them and then we're done? No, we're going to bomb them and then we're going to be out of resources.
No, we will bomb them and then the numbers will be much more manageable, something that we can take on.
But you said that if we triple, that we're still not enough.
Do you realize how many of the federal members work in the city hall? Half of them, at least, are found in
You don't want to
there.
hear other ideas. You don't want to hear other ideas at all.
I'm sorry you
That's
feel
worse.
that way, Fable.
That's worse. You should have just said this is what we're doing, and you shouldn't have even asked us to come here with ideas. Why did we?
Fable, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but that is not the truth. I'm simply trying to prove that everything you have thought of, I have thought of 10 times over. If we do it your way, it could be years still. More deaths, more murders. Why is that okay? Why is it okay that we suffer? Just so that they don't have to.
But it's okay
Why is
if
it
they
okay that-
suffer and they die. It's all just death.
So, we should just continue to be killed. We should be malnourished, mistreated, starving. That's what we deserve. Just because we can't take over in a nice way.
At least anything got nice, Lucy. Don't talk down to us.
I keep hearing these ideals coming out of you, but you aren't giving me anything concrete. You can give me no actual plan, just hopes. Why does that make me wrong? I ask you, what do we deserve?
Your plan also hopes that Fedra will be weak enough that you can overtake them. Hopes that the people won't revolt against us just as hard as they may revolt against Fedra.
Why would they?
Because you killed innocent lives in this process.
No one in Fedra is innocent.
I agree with you on that. But there are people in City Hall that are.
We would get those people out. We would make it just Fedra.
So you hope.
Then once again, tell me your plan, Kate.
You need a volunteer, I'll go into City Hall. I'll take out who I can. If I die trying, great. Once they're out, you threaten the bombs. You show them we have bombs, but we're not using them, that we're showing mercy.
Okay, so you die, and then I go through my plan anyway, and I'm down another friend.
You don't go through your... That's the whole point.
But if you
I would
die,
die so you
what if you
don't
die
have
before
the
you?
bomb.
What if you die before you get to them? You would just look like a crazy terrorist.
And
to
what if
attack
the
Fedra.
bombs don't work?
They will
Lucy,
work.
you're.
How do
very
you know that? Are you a scientist?
No, but we have one.
How do you know that person's real?
And how can you be confident that we can get a bomb in and we can get innocent people out, but we can't? But Kate couldn't get in to do what she needs to do.
Because one requires hiding something that looks like a box. The other requires assassination. That's why.
Lucy, this feels rash.
What would you have me do, Nessa?
Wait.
For
Let all of
what?
us think longer.
Give
20
me a night
years
to
were
go
not
into
enough?
City Hall. That's a night. I appreciate you think this is losing a friend, but again, if I can get in there, kill who I have to prevent you from doing this.
You don't think the person who did what he did to Rachel was a private Kate? You don't think that every single person in that ladder is corrupt and evil? If you cut off the head of the snake, 2 more will grow in its place. You know that to be.
Yeah. But maybe A snake without a head for a while can't make a decision.
Again, it's just another delaying. A delaying of suffering. Whereas ours could be potentially a destruction of it.
Man, I feel like I've said my piece and
Just don't understand. I really thought I would be able to convince you all. I thought I would be able to show you that. Alright. If everyone feels like they've said their piece, we will put it to a vote. All of those in favor of delaying the bombing or potentially canceling it, please raise your hands. Luke raises his hand. Grace looks over at you. Kate. She puts her head down.
We're gonna get murdered.
I'll look at Mina as well to see what she votes.
Mina raises her hand.
Great.
Lucy nods her head. Grace. Victor. Lex. James. Thank you. Arrest them. All of you immediately have guns
Hey!
put up to you.
No. Okay.
Grace is looking at you. Kate has a gun put up to you. Nessa, Victor has a gun to you. Fable and Luke are having guns put to them by Lex and James. And that is where we're going to take a little bio break. We will come back after this, so don't go anywhere. Stretch, get some water, but stay tuned because we'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the Romance Part 3.
Oh, spit out my water.
TikTok.
Kate denies that's my new character's voice. Just
Yeah,
so.
perfect.
Zach,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
really up
when
to
Kate
you
does.
if you want to deal with that for a whole episode.
That's funny.
Kill Kate or not.
Threaten the DM with annoyance.
Ugh.
So you
Rude.
all are immediately stripped of your weapons and taken downstairs into the basement, into a room that remains locked. I need you all to roll vibe checks for me, please.
They're against Grace. Can I get advantage?
You could just roll a straight old vibe check.
Nat 20.
Ah, jealous.
That's a 26. If we're
I got a
keeping
5.
track.
A 9.
Okay.
Fable's
I'll
pissed.
go lowest to highest.
Look, this isn't how this was supposed to work.
Nessa, I mean, Victor has no emotion behind his eyes in a scary way. Every way you've known him, every time you've like interacted with him, it's been very like, I mean, this man is an android that just follows Lucy's every order.
Mhm.
So it is a very robotic interchange as he gets you downstairs. Fable. Lex and James have their gun to you. What I'll say that you notice with a 9 is you notice that Lex specifically does not handle you and handles Luke.
Hmm.
That is a choice that is made. And with a 9, I will say you see a tinge of not regret, but hesitance on Lex's part. But also, she does what her job is told to be.
I'm just watching her.
Yes, she avoids eye contact.
I just watch the glare daggers
yeah.
at her.
And then Kate, with a nat 20, I will say that Grace is very hurt. But resolute in her choice. She does believe that this is the however, with a nat 20, I will say the person you notice the most hesitance from would be the Coopers.
Yep.
Tex, Grace, Victor, Lucy, very stubborn, very maybe disappointed, maybe hurt because they did genuinely see some of you as friends, but they all feel like this is the right idea. The Coopers feel uneasy.
Does it seem like, and I guess this would have been earlier, but when they like all pulled out their guns kind of thing, does it seem like any of them were like aware that this was gonna happen, of like they would have to escort us to the basement, of like
Tex and Victor, yes.
Oh, Tex, no.
I don't know what that. That's on the internet forever now.
No, only till the bond goes away.
Yeah.
Clip it and then it'll last longer.
Okay, clip it.
My bad.
Oops, I forgot. I didn't know what I did. Okay, so you are all taken to this basement room. It is locked behind you. There's a basement window that has bars welded onto it. This is, I mean, it's a makeshift prison cell, but it is a prison cell. All of you are thrown in. There are blankets and pillows in the room. But that's about it. And you are all thrown in. And the silence is broken by Luke, who says, yeah, okay.
Just before he says anything, I assume it was, but was it Tex that I like had the key and locked us up?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Luke just says, what the fuck?
I mean, I can't be too surprised. Lucy said she wasn't, that we'd be held here if we said no until it happened.
I
So,
don't think she actually meant that.
yeah, I'd just be glad then, I guess, that she went back on killing us.
For now.
Yeah.
This is some bullshit.
Mina is sitting against the wall, crouched, and is hugging her knees, and is shaking her head with tears coming from her eyes.
I'll go over and console her. Just kind of sit next to her and rub her back.
You sit down next to her, and she doesn't forcefully, but she does pull away from you. And just kind of starts to like...
Well.
and she says, as she does, you can hear her just say, I can't believe she'd do this.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do?
We can't.
Luke says. We're not gonna just stay in here, right? We gotta do something.
You strong enough to break prison bars, Luke?
I mean, no, but we gotta do something. Fable's right.
Maybe there's a weak point. You're gonna go to
Go ahead, make a make a search
They're old.
check.
You never know. A search.
Fair,
check.
that's fair.
Hey, that's my highest check, baby. No, it's only 2.
Alright.
My highest check.
Damn it.
It is a solid door that would take some kind of machinery.
Okay, the window has bars.
The
Could that
window
be
does
different?
have bars. You could probably
the
fit into it if the bars could be
window.
removed, but other people would have a problem even
Mm.
getting into the window.
But I could
let
get
alone the bars.
around.
Yeah, but yeah, you could.
Are these bars suspiciously?
I'll
Put
allow
on.
another search check.
Yes!
I'll allow another search.
Please!
Is it a 2?
That's also an 8.
Pretty low DC.
God.
It's firm, but it is a grate that has been screwed into the window from the outside. So if you could get
fix
something
it.
to get the screws untwisted, maybe fit through.
Screwed.
Yeah, some screws unscrewed.
Okay, Windows a better option. Still not great.
I mean, if we're gonna talk our way out of this, I think Lex and James, they look the least, I don't know, supportive of it while still being supportive. I'll kind of like look at Mina as I say that.
Still did it though. James is gonna do anything his big sister tells him to do.
Yeah, well, and if we can still appeal to Lex in some way, we could at least get out of here.
You're muted. Oh no, you're sorry. We just didn't pick you up at first.
Maybe we can even just get Lex to let someone know. Maybe we can get her to go to Leo. I can convince her to just let him know that I'm safe and he can come help us.
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know all her plans of if this place is gonna be empty when they do the bomb or what, but there's not a way outside of this cell. We gotta either get someone to come back and talk to us, or I
How do
don't
we
know.
even do that?
No, yell really loud. That's all I got.
I just say we turn some of these blankets into some rope, and we attack the first person who opens that door.
Why are they gonna
started it.
come into the cell though?
I mean, whether or not they do, it doesn't really matter. Just the first person to open it. We either attack them as they come in, or we rush out and attack them.
And then what?
I haven't thought that far yet.
I say we call for someone to come. If it's Lex or if it's James, we try to talk to him first. If it's not, I think that's our only option at this point.
Is anyone wearing their hair up?
Mina's
I mean,
not.
He doesn't
Nessa
have enough
usually
hair
wears
to
her
do that.
hair- She usually wears her hair in like a French braid, so she probably would have a hair tie. That's what.
What
he
are the
does.
odds she has a bobby pin in?
Pretty good.
She'll look at you and be like, "Do you have one of those things that you put in your hair?
Oh
It's
yeah.
like
yeah.
metal and it bends."
Tommy pin.
I only
Yes.
It's a bobby pin.
Yeah.
I only have. I own 2 of these, and I have kept track of them for 10 years.
That's
Wow.
impressive.
Can I
So-
have? Can I?
Yes. Just. I want it back.
Okay. Can I try to use this to unscrew?
You sure can.
Hell yes!
So this is what we're gonna do. This is all gonna be in the chat of doom, okay?
Oh
Yes.
no!
I'm gonna need
Okay,
you
maybe that's better than
to.
my 2s actually. So yes,
I need you. So what is your agility is +2.
2.
You're gonna roll for each of the 4.
My cunning is
screws.
4 because it was a smart idea. no, that would be
No,
weird.
sorry. Unfortunately, I can't
That's
allow
alright,
it.
it's alright. It's supposed to be.
All right, so go ahead and roll
Okay,
for the first.
roll 1d20. And then I do like a plus, right?
Yeah, actually,
Two?
you can even.
Or just do the d20 and we'll add 2 to it.
Yeah, exactly. You can do that, or it also to your left in that like toolbar, there is a little dice that you can just click on D20 if you
Oh,
want
yeah.
to.
Okay.
You do whichever way you want.
Oh!
Okay,
That's
so
a 17.
So you get the first one. It starts unscrewing. This is taking you a minute because it's hard to do, and you're making sure it is like something.
I can't break
is-
the bobby pin. That would make Nessa upset.
Yeah.
So I have to be very careful.
Yeah.
Here, break. I'll, as she's doing it, like hold my stomach as I get myself up off the floor and just go like stand right by the door in case anyone comes in and I'll jump them.
Okay. You
Do it again?
hear footsteps coming to the front door.
Fable, stop.
She
The door.
I'll just like casually be leaning, but I won't jump
Yeah.
them.
The door opens to the outside. The door opens, and the person that you see there, standing there, is Leo. And he is pushed
What?
in
no!
by Vincent. And then
Wow.
the door is shut and locked again.
I would go to him and
Yeah,
hug
Leo,
him and
he runs up to you and gives you a
make
hug.
sure he's okay.
I'm all right. What's going on? They said that. Well, they said
Lucy-
that you were in trouble.
Lucy wasn't hearing anybody else's ideas. Anybody who disagreed with her, she threw in here. Everybody who's not here helped.
What?
I'm so sorry, honey. I didn't mean to drag you into all of this.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna bomb. They're gonna bomb the QZ.
Yeah.
Not if we can get up first.
All right, roll for a second D20.
Oh my god. And I feel like at least if I can get 2 out, we have a better chance of kicking it, you know? No! That's a 9.
For a total of 9, you're spinning
Yeah.
the screw, and it falls out of your hand.
Oh.
And you have to try to look for it on the ground. Go ahead and roll a search check.
In the Chatadam?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh no.
This is
Wait,
too.
this is +6.
Yeah, this is too important.
No!
Okay, no, it's okay.
No.
It's 10.
11?
You can find it with an 11, but the
Hell
next
yeah,
time you lose it, the
baby.
DC is gonna get higher.
Fair enough.
So keep trying to get the screw out. Go ahead and roll again.
Oh my lord.
Okay,
That's a 13?
a 13, you're able to get it out. So the first
down.
2 were easy, so you were able to get those out. Go ahead and roll for the second 2. The grate is starting to. Oh my god!
Yeah!
Alright.
Hell yeah.
With the second 2, I'm gonna say with a natural 20, I'm gonna say that you get the third one kind of halfway off, and then the fourth one must have fallen off or been unscrewed or like was never screwed in right the first time anyway.
Yeah.
And the grate just falls. Holy shit!
Well, damn.
Oh,
I'll like look,
here.
listen for footsteps
She
again.
hands
I'm like, oh
back-
shit, oh shit.
She hands the bobby pin back and to Nessa. Sorry.
It's scratched up, but it does
Sorry.
continue to.
Sorry.
It's all right. It'll still do its job. Leo, honey, did they take all your weapons? Do we still have any weapons at home?
We have a pistol and a knife hidden under the floorboards.
Does anybody else have anything that they can get quickly?
At home.
My sack had everything. J-Mo.
I'm sorry.
J-Mo.
I'm sorry.
Happy International Women's Day.
Incredible. Incredible. Incredible.
He just kind of yeah, backpack, everything. Everything.
I mean, I could go home. I got enough in there to do something, but be going home and I don't even know if, I'd make it there if they're out and about prepping for this.
That's true.
I mean, we gotta go, right?
Yeah, but then
Like, we gotta
what?
get out of here. We can't. I don't know. We can't.
I mean,
Where's,
we either go or do we stop them from doing this?
We can't.
How?
Would I know of like a safe space, whether it be like the attic in our house or like somewhere that I feel like we could go, like if we escaped and we could like safely reconvene?
I mean, the chapel maybe.
Oh, right.
There's a shuffling sound, and a piece of paper slides underneath the door, and it's folded in half.
I'll go grab it quickly.
What the
I
hell?
was gonna grab it.
What the hell?
You go to grab it, and you hear tingling as a nail file falls out of it. And and on the letter it says, "Great on window, my place, my place if you can, L."
Okay.
Well, that's something.
Wait. Is L Levi or Lex?
It looks like feminine handwriting.
I'm
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I don't
Fable would
unless
know for
Levi
sure, too.
showed up.
Yeah. Well, I
Well.
guess we have our answer. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'll go, but I'm not talking to her ever again.
I mean,
I
that's
To be
have
clear.
to. You might be the only one that fits through that window, Fable.
Luke's like actively looking at the window. I don't see how anyone other than me and Fable fit through.
Well, we can try, but
Well, then it's up to the two of you.
What do
You
we
up
do?
to it?
go to Lex's house.
What
How
about
are
you
we
guys?
supposed to trust her?
And that.
Gave us the nail file.
Yeah.
Look, we got this open quicker than she thinks, so you might have time to find something on your way to use as a weapon if you need it.
I think.
This is stupid. She starts crawling.
Luke looks back. Okay, yeah, yeah, okay. And he gets up and he starts crawling through the window as well. The rest of you are free to try, but just the young, early 20s kids.
Yeah, I mean, Kate would still try.
yeah. Kate's
These youths.
Kate's muscular thighs and therefore big booty is just not
That's fair,
enough.
that's fair.
It's just not.
She got a dump truck, so.
Leo is just like
we've had one lost.
Leo just like has a pretty bad back, and like that's kind of out of
Aw.
the question.
Yeah. Nessa wouldn't even try if Leo's not going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mina would be able to fit though, and you see her like eyeing it.
Mina, honey, if you think you can help, you should go with them.
But also understandable if you don't want to see her.
Ooh.
Stay here.
It'll
before
kind
we-
of come up next to her and like try to like go for the hand and then be like, might be too much. And I'll do like shoulder, little
She does
shoulder
not-
squeeze of support.
She does not brush you away this time.
Okay,
Um,
noted.
Before we go with Fable and Luke, about 10 minutes pass by, and Kate, you hear footsteps coming. Eldor.
Can I, in that amount of time, put the grate back up on the thing? Or at least, like, put one screw in so that it doesn't just fall down?
Yes.
Finger tighten.
I'll just say with the amount of time. Easily.
Um,
Sorry, go
then
ahead,
I'd
Kate.
probably roll my eyes, but do what Luke suggested of like kind of roll up a blanket to be able to like hold someone back and
Okay.
over their face so they don't yell, depending on who is arriving.
Yeah. The door opens. And you see Lucy standing at the door. And behind her is Vincent. He has his gun out. And he stays in the door as she walks in.
If I saw two of them, I'm not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
They're just gonna shoot me.
She looks around. I'm very sorry that it has come to this, believe it or not. Where are Fable and Luke?
Tex took him to a different room. I don't know.
He said you sent him.
I'm gonna need some lie checks.
I'm good at lying. I'll lie.
From both of us,
I'm gonna
or-
need one from both of you, yeah.
Okay. I'm kidding you not. It's a nat 20 again.
Oh, bullshit.
Oh my God.
I'm not bullshitting, so I don't believe you.
No,
Yeah.
that's
A 15.
15. That's it, both of you. So if I go and I ask text it, he will corroborate.
I would think so.
yeah. I mean,
Honey,
I
is the
guess
stress
so.
effect in your memory? I told you you need to watch it.
Fine. Kate, please come with me.
Where are you taking her?
To talk, Nessa.
Lucy, don't talk to me like that.
Mrs. Foster, remember who's in charge here.
All right, little girl.
Okay. Kate, you can stay behind Nessa.
Oh.
With me. And she walks out the door.
Squeeze Leo's hand.
I mean, I'll go.
Leah stands
you
up.
don't-
No, she's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's you wanted me first. I'll go first. It's
Lucy looks
all
back and
good.
she says, I don't know what makes all of you think this is a moment for negotiation. I want to keep this as calm and efficient as possible. But you will do as I say. Kate,
I am. I'm
back
going with
against
you.
the wall. Nessa, you're with me.
Everyone, it's all right. I'll be
Leo,
back.
lets your hand go. You walk out. Doors shut. Leo looks over at you, Kate. This is not good.
No. Really ain't.
You are taken down a hallway, Nessa,
Mm-hmm.
occasionally being nudged in the back by the loaded hand of Vincent.
I would definitely just like comment on his manners a few times.
He scoffs. Doesn't say anything. You are taken into a dark room with a light above, similar to one that we saw at the beginning of this session in a flashback. Lucy gestures to the other side of a table. Nessa, will you please sit?
Yeah, I'll sit down.
Nessa, as you said earlier today, I have known you since I was a little girl. So I want to ask you a question. Have I ever broken a promise? Ever since you've known me?
Lucy, I haven't known you to make a lot of promises, but I don't know that you've broken them.
Well then, I promise you, I will not hesitate to do what I need to. Take that however you wish.
Neither will I. Take that as you wish.
Nessa, you're not helping your case here.
I don't know what case I have anymore. But I know how I will and will not be treated by a little girl who is acting as such. You're gonna do what you want with me either way. You proved that when you gave us all a whole night to think about it and you didn't even listen to anybody's ideas.
You didn't give me
Find out.
one, Nessa.
But I
You did
supported
not
other
give me
ones.
one. No one did. No one gave me a plan, not a viable one.
We asked for more time to come up with one.
You've had 20 years. What did you do when my father was in charge? Where were you when the HQ was raided? I'll tell you where you were. You were doing inventory with Terra. You work with the enemy daily, and you ask me to trust you.
I work with your neighbors. I make sure everybody is fed. You talk about the things that we all deserve as people. I work with one of the biggest ones, and I have kept you fed.
And yet you would deny those same people you have kept fed safety and
That is
freedom from danger.
that is not what I said.
It's
Lucy,
what you're
nobody asked
doing. It
you-
doesn't matter if it's
Lucy,
what you said.
Nobody asked you to throw away your whole plan. I even told you that I thought a lot of it was a good idea. We asked you to shift focus and give us some time to think. And you know what you did tonight? You lost trust. You lost all your trust. And soon, all these people who are listening to you, and I'll look right at Vincent, will see through it too. I'm sorry it took me 20 years. You're just like your father, and I do not mean that in a good way. Not all the time.
In a flash of movement, she unsheathes a hunting knife and impales it in your hand on the table.
Okay. I'm gonna really tell me what check I need to make for this, but I would really like to try to like flinch as little as possible.
I mean, okay. Roll a...
Can I like threaten or like lie?
Sure, roll a lie check. First of all, you take 4 points of damage.
Okay. Rolled a 7 plus 6 is 13.
No, sorry, not high enough.
That's okay.
You...
How many points of damage? I'm sorry.
4.
4.
You wince in pain, and a yelp is let out.
Can
Kate,
I?
you hear this yelp from where you are. What?
Can I try to get the knife out of my hand? Point it back at her.
If you would like to.
I'm in deep.
All right. Roll an agility check.
I'm not agile at all.
Not us all thinking Kate was gonna die this session.
I know. Quick, Emily, say you'll do a weird voice.
That's a 7. Okay, here's my question. Is I have the bonus action distract to give an ally advantage on attack. Could I distract in some way and give myself advantage on the attack? Like, could I like kick her shin under the table?
If you really want to, sure.
No.
What a scary thing for you to say. A 17.
You grab the knife and you take it out of the table. What do you do with it?
I just want to point it at her.
You do so. And you look over her shoulder and Vincent has a rifle pointed right at you. She looks at you.
I just want to say, you're not invincible. And then I'll put the knife back down on the table.
She takes the knife, wipes your blood on her coat. If you ever speak my father's name again, I will cut out your tongue. That I promise you. She stands up, walks to the door, looks back at you. Let's see what your husband has to say. Sheaths the dagger and walks out of the room. You are locked in this room. No windows, nothing but the light bulb and the table. And we cut back to Fable and Luke as you guys are exiting
no.
this room. Woof. So Luke looks at you. You're both basically in an alleyway.
Oh.
He looks at you.
We're fucked.
What do we do?
Fucked. We're so fucked. It's really bad.
We stop and try to get something, or we just go straight there? Do we go to Lex's? We just go right now? No, we can't do that, can we?
No, fuck, we can't. But she like, takes his shoulders and like, if we code word now, like whatever it is, we go.
He is going to like think and use his mind, and then he's going to say,
Use his mind. Cute.
Both think and
Poor
use
boy.
What a lad.
he's going to say,
The one, y'all.
he wants to use, what's a book that you think that Fable has?
Oh my god. What a jerk. Well, yeah. Let's say something Shakespearean. We'll say she's reading a
Okay.
Shakespeare play. Like what's all over the place and would be in like a
Juliet.
school. Oh.
He
No,
says,
that'd make me nervous that someone's
Too
gonna die.
poetic.
Yeah.
Too scared. Midsummer?
he would say, wow, I'm really failing here.
Let's think.
Zach's not using his mind or thinking very well.
I'm not.
I appreciate the attempt. Let's see.
I'm not.
Shakespeare.
He goes, I don't know. How about, Puck?
Yeah.
You were reading Midsummer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. I feel like it's actually funny. It's so weird that they labeled a lot of them comedies, and they are not funny. But that one's actually pretty funny. What?
Nothing.
And the two of you, where do you go? Where do you head in?
Lex's is the only place.
Okay,
In her mind, that's the best shot they've got. I think if they go anywhere else, they're probably alone.
Alright, Alexa's apartment. In the meantime, Kate, the door opens yet again. Actually, NASA. The door opens again, and Lucy is standing there, furious. Why am I here?
That sounds like a you question.
What lie did you tell me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Tex
Oh.
has no idea where Lucy and shit, she didn't say that.
Software?
Tex has no idea where Luke and Fable are. Where are they?
Well, somebody slipped a note under the door, giving us tips on how to get out. Maybe it was Tex. Maybe someone's going behind your back.
Seen that old woman. You've done nothing but give me the exact information that but trust me, I know it's not Tex. So who was it?
I don't know.
Vincent. Vincent walks over to you. He puts his rifle over his shoulder, takes out his handgun, chambers a bullet, and puts it on your knee.
There wasn't a name on the note. You think they're gonna give themselves away?
Roll a lie check.
There wasn't a name on the note.
Okay, yes, come on, that's semantics. What is it? Is it a natural one?
I don't want to talk about it.
Is it a
Can we
natural
move on?
one?
Can I X?
You cannot X rolls that are bad. That is not the way the X works.
Can we just
Don't
move on? Skip
disrespect
ahead.
the X. Do not disrespect the X.
Just flip a couple pages ahead.
Is it a natural one?
Yeah.
What's your current HP at?
Oh god.
Oh, Nessa. 11.
Okay. You take 5 points of damage.
Okay.
You hear a gunshot, Kate. Lucy is looking at you, Nessa. One more chance. I will not let you stop this, Nessa. For the sake of you and your husband, you tell me.
There was an L. That's all I know.
I should have known. Fine. She walks out the door. Vincent walks out, shuts the door. And Nessa starts to bleed out. And will slowly lose HP over the course of time unless something is done.
Great, love it. Is there still a knock at the door?
After a few moments, there's not a knock. I don't know why I said there'd be a knock, but there's but there are footsteps, and the door opens, and you see Lucy standing there yet again with Vincent behind her.
Okay.
She walks in. Where are Fable and Luke? Right at you, Kate.
I already told you they left. They're in a different room.
Dex denied what you said. Where?
I honestly don't know.
Where were they headed?
I don't know. They're two young kids. Who knows?
Well, Kate, I'll tell you what I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know you well enough to know that it doesn't matter what I do to you. You won't tell me the truth. Leo, please come with me. And she just continues to look at you, Kate.
Did she come into the room at all, or is she standing in the doorway?
Just like last time, she came in to like 3 feet into the room, and Vincent is standing in the doorway.
So dumb, but I attacked Vincent.
How?
Is his gun pointed at me or just holding
His
it?
gun is out. His gun is out. Yeah. I mean, it's not at you, but it's just out and ready.
Yeah, so I would try to... if I was hearing everything and still standing by the door, I would do, hopefully, skillfully, because I have some sort of knowledge in this, but do the, push the gun and,
if
she
wouldn't have let you just stand at that doorway.
Okay.
If she walked into the room, because then you would be behind her.
Fair. Then I would walk up to Lucy, put her in a chokehold, and put her between me and Vincent.
Okay. Roll a muscle check. She will roll against you. Or a brawn check, sorry.
Okay.
Whichever one's the talent.
A brawn. 16?
You get her. You get her. You turn her around towards Vincent. Vincent has his gun up. It's a very bad idea, Kate.
Vincent, I'm gonna need you to put that down.
He looks at you, smiles. Kate, if you want the people you care about to leave, you will let me go right now.
Can I vibe check why she's
Why she's
like
what?
why she's seems afraid of Vincent?
Uh,
Or is that something I'm just picking up?
roll a vibe check.
Incorrectly.
Roll a vibe check.
Okay. 18.
She does not seem afraid of Vincent.
Okay.
She seems desperate.
Okay. Then I just squeeze a little tighter and say, I'm only gonna ask one more time, Vincent.
Vincent smiles. And he looks directly at Lucy. And Lucy, while choked, nods her head. He points the gun over at Leo and he fires. Leo falls to the ground.
Cool.
The gun comes back to you.
Would that be enough time for me to do something while he turns, fires, and comes back?
I mean, you'd have to. You're traveling over 3 feet, and he's doing this.
Fair. The only person left is Mina, correct?
I mean,
In the room currently.
yes, Leo is actively dying. He's not dead. He's hurt.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the one who's not hurt.
Yeah, you and Mina are the people who are not hurt. Lucy says, Kate, stop this.
God, I wish I had actual combat knowledge that Kate has. I would at least I would look back and try to like direct Mina to like move behind me and then with me and try to like position myself.
As soon as Mina starts to move, Vince puts his gun over towards her, and then Lucy shouts and she says, No! Vincent, don't! Kate, Leo's only chance to survive is for Mina to help him. Let me go.
Let Mina help him.
Can't stop him for long. He feels just as passionate about this as I do, and he's willing to make decisions that I have struggles to make. Kate, let me go.
So this is all Vincent's idea.
No. He just lets me know what needs to be done. He doesn't give me the ideas, but he gives me the courage to do them. Kate.
As I am still holding her and talking, I will at least put myself try to move between Leo and Vincent,
Okay.
thinking that she won't let the only doctor they have be killed,
Okay.
since she stopped at once. And as I continue to say, I don't know, it kind of seems like you're
As
just
soon
a
as you
puppet.
move, a bullet hits the wall right next to Mina. Kate, you're killing them.
Kind of seems like you've already killed them.
I don't want to.
I heard the gunshot. This is probably what bleeding out right now. Is Theo close behind if you were going to question him next?
You want to stop them from from having every chance they can to live? Because that's what you do if you don't let me go. You kill all 3 of them. You decide, Kate. Now or never. What do you do?
I'll let her go and give her like a hard shove
She
towards Vincent.
pushes forward, rubs her neck. Vincent points his gun over at you. Lucy grabs it. No. Vincent looks at her. She looks back at you. She looks over at Mina. Do what you can. She walks out the door, shuts it. You hear it lock from the other side. Mina looks over at you, wide-eyed, and runs over to Leo. But for right now, we're gonna cut away. To Nessa. As you have now lost another hit point. Meaning you're at what? You're at 5? Okay. The door opens after being unlocked, and Tex walks in. He looks over at you. He has a roll of bandage in his hand. Hey, Miss Foster.
Tex.
He puts it on the table.
Tex. You think this is worth all this?
I don't know why you're trying to stop it so much, Nessa. You've seen what happens to us because of Fedra. The horrors that they've done. I just don't understand why you want those to continue.
I don't.
But you're actively stopping us from stopping them.
Honey, Lucy is not in her right mind. You have to see that.
I
This
don't.
could all happen in good time. But she...
It's been so long, Nessa.
You think I don't know how long it's been?
That's why I'm so surprised. You hear a gunshot from the other room. We gotta go check on that. Nessa, we didn't find Levi. The chapel was a mess. Signs of Fedra all over the place. We're gonna try to get him out before we do it. And he walks away and shuts the door. But you do have a bandage over your leg that can stop you from actively bleeding out.
Alright, yeah, I'll take a minute and bandage myself up.
We cut back to...
Is there like... Sorry.
Go ahead, no.
Is there like a little window or anything in the door, even if it's like tiny?
No window.
No window.
No.
I would go and just like put my ear to the door.
Okay. You hear another gunshot go off. And then after a few moments go by, you hear footsteps. And you hear the sound of Vincent. A voice that you're not used to hearing. You should have let me do that. She could have killed you. We would have lost everything. An old man and a doctor die, who cares? You survive. And then not only do you stopped me from killing her, she attacked you. Vincent, I understand what you're saying, but if Leo is the only leverage we have against Nessa. Mina's the only doctor we have. I am desperate to make the right decision. I am desperate to get Fedra out from lording over us, but there has to be something left. Well, there also needs to be respect. If we take them out and the people that you're leading don't respect you, are looking to overthrow you, then that's not going to solve anything. We should do what I talked about. I can't just kill all of them. We can exile them at the very least. Come on, let's go get your neck checked out. And they continue walking forward.
Can I first, can I try the door handle and make sure it's locked?
It's locked.
Can I try to, is it like a lock is it like, did I hear them do like a deadbolt, or like could I take the bobby pin out of my hair and try to pick my lock?
You heard a deadbolt. Yeah. I mean, it's a prisoner thing. They would make sure that,
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't think I can do anything else.
All right. Fable and Luke are traveling throughout the city. Firefly is now actively looking for you. Yes, Kate.
Just to make sure he doesn't die, because I feel really bad. The bandage that was wrapped around Kate's stomach, she takes off to give to Leo to actually wrap.
Well, we were gonna come back to it, but you know what? Let's just do it now. We're going to roll
Sorry, I didn't mean to take away from Fable.
Nope, no, not at all. We're gonna, it's just emotional. We're gonna roll a D100 roll. Leo has a 80% chance of survival.
I'm gonna barf.
Pretty good odds. But a 20 or below on this D100, and unfortunately Mina is not capable to save him with the resources that she has. We're gonna roll this now. That is a 92. So Mina is able to help him. She looks over and takes the bandage from you, Kate, and she says, thanks, and she like turns it like inside out. So it's just wound on wound, and she like puts the like your blood side on his back and everything. And Leo looks up at you, Kate, and he grabs your face and he says, you did exactly what you needed to do. And he like holds himself. Also, don't tell my wife.
I think she's gonna know.
And then we cut back to Fable and Luke. I was just like, could you imagine if Leo died, and then I was like, all right, now we go back to Fable.
Me crying.
That's fair.
Okay, so Fable and Luke. Firefly is actively looking for you. I need you both to make a sneak check.
Oh, fucking shit, no.
Luke has a +2 to this. That is a 5.
Oh, and I got an 8.
Alright, fantastic.
I feel like we thought we had more time, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or Fable's distracted by the Shakespeare thing.
So you guys continue to like travel.
Jesus Christ.
And you are kind of taking the long way to Lex's, focusing on alleyways, focusing on backways. You turn one corner and you see Grace standing there.
Back up. Back up.
And she looks at you. Fable? Luke? Luke looks at you. You guys have turned back around the corner. Just run. Okay. And both of you just start to run. What the fuck? And Grace starts to run after you guys.
We're faster than her.
Okay, so this is how we're gonna do this.
Oh shit.
This is going really well, guys. I'm proud of us.
Well, I'm doing really well.
Let's
It's
see
like,
here.
Oh no!
Roll an agility check or a parkour check.
Oh, that's an 18 on the die plus 2, 20, dirty 20. Oh no!
Luke got a 5. Which means Grace has the chance to shoot him.
What?
Grace is going to fire her gun. That is going to hit. She deals 3 points of damage to Luke as he kind of gets shot in the leg as you're running.
She goes back. She's not leaving him.
Okay, you turn back.
Fucking shit!
Do you continue to keep trying to run, or
No, I'm turning back.
Okay. Well, I'm saying like once you get to Luke.
Oh,
Do you like encourage him to like let's keep running, or do you stop?
And I don't have my knife. I don't have my gun. I don't have anything.
Apparently no.
No, she's gonna. Is there like what? So what's the alley situation? Is there a place where she can like tuck him? Like, could she get him behind something?
You should like get him behind like a trash can, but he kind of like looks up at you, and he says, "We did it, Peter." And he kind of like starts to act overly hurt. Ugh.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh shit!"
And Grace comes
Like,
up.
pushing-
I didn't want to have to do that, Fable. Luke, are you okay? Luke says, "Yeah, no, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. I'm sorry that we ran." He kind of looks at you, Fable.
Her eyes are like teary,
Uh-huh.
and she's looking up at Grace like, "I just didn't want to get her."
I know, and I'm sorry I did that. Listen, I just... Lucy doesn't want to hurt you all. She just wants to make sure that this plan happens, okay? That's it. If you all just come with us, and...
She like puts her hands on her collar, like, "Is Kate okay?
Yes! Oh,
Please
yes!
tell me
Hey!
she's okay."
She, like, lowers the gun. Hey, Kate's alright. Kate's okay. She's okay. There's a thudding as Luke slams into the waist of Grace and slams her against a wall. I need you to roll an agility check as he goes, "Fable, grab the gun!" What is it? Nat 20?
Nat 20!
Literally like a cartoon. He
Oh my God,
runs
we're
into
unstoppable.
her side. He runs into her side, and the gun just like flings up in the air, and you just grab it immediately as he slams her into the wall, and you turn it to face Grace as she looks over at you, and then Luke kind of stands up. She says, "What? Fuck! Ow!"
Yeah, ow for him too. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm the one that got shot, bitch. Sorry, okay, but that
Can
was
she
very.
try to hit her with the butt of the gun on the temple?
Yes, roll for I'll say brawn plus proficiency.
Yes. That.
That's
I
what
literally sent you another picture.
No, I believe you. I believe you. So I would say I don't think in this moment Fable is trying to kill.
No.
You know. So, but
No.
with a nat 20, I'll say she's just like looking at you confused, and you just right on the temple, and she just passes out. Right.
Does
Holy
she have
sh-
any bandages on her?
Holy shit!
Can I search her for
You search her. She does not have any band. Looks like everything she had was used between her and Kate.
Are you okay?
No, it honestly it just grazed me. I mean, it fucking hurt, but everything's. God, you're a badass. Thank you. And she like comes in and he hugs you.
She's gonna take his face and she's gonna kiss him.
Yes. He's just like he pulls back. His face is completely red. He doesn't.
Sorry.
Know what, he's
Sorry.
before you can even say another sorry, he grabs your face and he kisses you, and he pulls back. Oh, that.
We gotta go.
Yeah, this is not the time to figure this out, but I'm glad
We
we
gotta
figured
go
it
right
out.
Yeah, eventually, yeah, later.
You guys both start to walk away, and he does grab you by the arm, and he pulls you, and he says, "Wait, just a second. I'm with you. No matter what. Okay.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, we should go somewhere." And he pushes you away, and you both start to head out. Kate, the door opens, cell once more, and shoved inside with a bandage over her arm, over her hand, and her knee is Nessa.
Fuck. Is it? I hate to ask. Is it just the same thing as it has been, or is it Tex?
Actually, this time it's Tex and Vincent. Yeah.
Tex.
Tex walks
Fuck
in.
you, Vincent.
Tex walks in and pushes her in. Vincent looks back. Just kind of rolls his eyes. Tex seems a little ashamed and walks out of the room. Vincent just stares daggers at you, okay?
As Tex leaves, I'll call over his shoulder, and I'll like have stood basically. When they opened the door, I was between the doorway and generally Mina and Leo,
Uh-huh.
and standing. Bex, I'm surprised that you're doing what Vincent tells you, since Lucy just seems to be a puppet for him.
Vincent shakes his head. Tex looks over his shoulder. Got it all wrong, Kate. Continues walking out the door. Vincent looks at you, smiles, and shuts the door and locks it.
I'm going to kill him so bad.
Leo struggles to stand up to get to you, but kind of can't.
No, I mean, Nessa would have, the second she entered the threshold of that door, run over to Leo.
Are you okay?
Are you okay, honey?
Be careful,
Oh
be
my
careful,
God,
be
what happened?
I'm sorry, Nessa. That's my fault.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. She tried to get the one up on Lucy. Vincent shot me.
Kate, you're right. It's Vincent. I heard them talking in the hallway. He's playing her like a puppet.
Yeah.
Leo, I'm so sorry.
No,
I
no.
got us into this.
Hey, no. Honestly, it's just the most exciting thing that's happened to me in 20 years. He starts to laugh. Okay, there's laugh.
Oh,
There's laugh.
oh, honey. I just like sit with him.
What exactly did you hear, Nessa?
Vincent said that she should have let him kill you, and that his idea from the get was to just kill us all.
Or just kill anyone that disagreed with her?
I mean, he said something about making people respect her, that nobody was gonna respect her as a leader. But I mean, I will never forgive her for this, but she did seem remorseful for whatever happened in here, and he was not.
It did. Mina kind of speaks up for the first time, really. It did kind of seem like he was running the show more than she was then.
Yeah. And killing people just for disagreeing, using bombs, that's federal bullshit. And if it's coming from Vincent, I don't believe that he is a Firefly. I don't know how he got the ear, Lucy,
Don't either.
but it seems more like he's trying to drive everyone apart and kill anyone that gets in his way to do so than actually do what's good for anyone.
And it seems,
Sorry.
it seems like without him, Lucy doesn't have the balls to do this.
Yeah. Seems like it was his idea. He convinced her. Everything.
Like, I know he has a gun, but there's 4 of us left in here, and all we gotta do is disarm him.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm
not much of a
overestimating.
fighter, Mina says, and Leo says, and I don't know how good I'm gonna be either.
I'm not in shape either, but I'm pretty good at I'm pretty good at making people think what I want them to think,
Yeah, I mean,
believe what they want to hear.
if we can get just Lucy always or someone always enters in front of Vincent and I can't get to the gun. If there's a distraction, maybe, but
What if we found a way to get them both in here? Get them to rush in here without thinking.
that could maybe work, but we'd have to think of something. But I mean,
I have an idea.
it seems like,
Make them.
I have an idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have to put on your acting chops, babe, but
Oh, I've already got them on. You should have seen me the last little while, babe.
what if I, died and you went hysterical? I mean, truly crazy. And, Mina and Kate are trying to console you. They come, they see what all the fuss is all about, and then it's, That's when we just turn around, ambush. Saw it in a
It'll
movie
work.
once.
Yeah, I it's good as plan as any. It's for whatever reason, as apparent as it is, Mina and myself seem to be less of a target of getting hit. So, if things go haywire, I fear the gun's going to be pointed on you two more than us. And if that's a risk you're willing to take, that's fine. But I'm not, unless you guys are sure and you understand that. I'll do my best to take him out, but
I mean, Leo and I have been fighting for 20 years to make this a better place. That didn't come without taking some risks.
yeah.
She's right.
Beginning to wonder if any QZ is a better place. Well, that's a subject for another time, so we jump them.
Nessa takes a second and somewhat dramatically gets into character.
Well, just before you start, I don't want to interrupt you, but if Mina's trying to console you, it might be better if I distance myself, with guilt or whatever, and punching a wall or something. And
yeah. I mean, if you're off to the side, they might run in without even really taking note of you.
I'll just go to the other side of the door and pretend to be guilt-ridden. Maybe I'll actually punch the wall so it's believable.
All right. We doing this?
Yeah, I think so.
Leo does slowly hug.
I was gonna motion to him.
Kate actually does chuckle a little bit.
And Nessa puts on the performance of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Just screams, Leo!
I'll punch the wall and kind of scrape my knuckles just enough to be a little bloodied, so it's believable that I'm
yeah.
About
10 minutes pass of you doing this. It seems like it, and after a while, you guys gotta stop for a minute, and then you realize that okay, maybe they're literally just not within earshot. And then Kate starts standing by the door, and eventually, when you hear any sort of commotion, Kate triggers, and everybody goes into this uproar again.
Yeah.
You hear rushing of footsteps. And the door swings open. Kate, what do you do?
Do I see the usual, or do I just see one?
You turn to look.
I'll just turn enough to be like, ah.
Yeah.
And I would, for the record, be as far into the room as I could possibly be.
You turn to look, and you see two wide-eyed individuals looking at you with concern, fear, and care as Levi Bennett and Hector Reyes stare at you. And Levi goes, "What happened here?" And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Oh my god.
What?
And we will pick up next week for the grand finale.
Jesus.
Will the team escape? Will they be able to stop Lucy? Let's find out next week on the grand finale of season 3 of The Remains. Thank you all for joining and watching. This has been a hell of an episode. So next week we will have Sophie back, as well as maybe a special guest. What? Okay, so anyway, love to all of you viewers. Thank you so much for watching. This coming Sunday, 2 p.m. Central, is the next session in our Taya Roth campaign, our D&D fantasy campaign, so watch for that. Monday at 7 p.m. Central is the first session of this year's version of March Madness. It's A Bug's Life mixed with ants, mixed with Apollo 13, mixed with Armageddon. Aerosmith does not want to miss a thing, and neither do you. So make sure you show up for that. And then next week, like I said, 6:30 p.m. Central, this finale remains. Stay tuned at Charm Persons on all social medias for more updates. Thank you to my players, the best players the GM can ask for, and as always, everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.